Well, hey, just wanted to record a brief addendum to my last video that I just put up. Someone left in the comments that technically Magic the Gathering did make more money for Wizards of the Coast and the entire equation of valuation I was talking about. Yet I would still stand by what I said, that D&D is the more valuable of the two brands in reality, because it has the better name recognition. Magic the Gathering will make more money at its current, place, and probably would continue to do so because it's selling collectible cards to junkies all around the world. Since it's not very narrative driven, Magic the Gathering doubtlessly translates better to foreign markets than established D&D settings and products would. However, for much the same reason that Amazon has dumped $1 billion to forcibly associate themselves with the Tolkien universe and Lord of the Rings through this rather cynical show they're about to give us, D&D actually has the household name recognition right now. And because it has a catalog of backstory and settings and characters to use, it fits in perfectly as a resource to be mined and to be sold as an intellectual property to some streaming service or another, for as long as this deficit-based streaming entertainment economic model that we seem to have developed continues to float along. Especially post-pandemic, like so much of what makes a company's value and what makes it powerful, influential, known, what gives it longevity is less really anymore about its actual ability to bring in actual profits at the bottom level. It's all about how well its stock is doing. As long as the people at the top are getting paid, they're willing to deficit spend at the other end in order to be able to keep justifying that they're able to scoop their share of the dividends off the top whenever you get to your next quarterly report and all that kind of good stuff. Now, D&D, since it has brand recognition in a way that Magic the Gathering doesn't, gives it a potential to be able to boost Wizards of the Coast's, basically its brand standing and strength at a stock dividend level in a way that D&D might not be able to compete with Magic the Gathering at the bottom. If you haven't noticed, they do kind of try to blend the two together over the years. I know of at least heard of one Magic the Gathering series that was based on like Forgotten Realms or something like that, and we've had 3 different quote-unquote setting source books for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons that are explicitly based on a Magic the Gathering setting. From their own end, they're trying to tie the two together to whatever degree, internal in-house synergy and all that kind of stuff. I'm rather shocked it took them so long, really. But if you notice, they're not having, Chris Peen and Hugh Grott currently filming a Magic the Gathering movie. There's not a big, super popular, multi-million-dollar profitable live stream show, ongoing series starring a bunch of voice actors where they're playing Magic the Gathering characters that kids like to sit and watch on Twitch or whatever. That's D&D. There hasn't been, stuff like Rick and Morty versus Magic the Gathering. It's Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons. Stranger Things wasn't about kids playing Magic the Gathering in the 90s. It was about kids playing D&D in the 80s. The cartoon series that they just put out on Netflix is not based on Magic the Gathering. It's based on the aforementioned super popular ongoing Twitch stream series. Where now they have a different set of cartoon voice actors playing the same character. Oh, whatever. The live action series that they're saying they're about to produce for Netflix is not going to be Magic the Gathering. It's going to be Dungeons and Dragons. From a stock holder's point of view, from an investor's point of view, D&D is actually really low key the more valuable of the two brands, because if they can establish it as an entertainment staple, is it a device that they can use in media to build their reputation, so it increase the value of their brand and therefore value their stock even more, so the people at the top can make even more dividends. And it doesn't matter if they're like actually bleeding money at the bottom financing and making all these shows, or if that D&D's actual real audience of people buying books is actually maybe perhaps shrinking, because it's easier and easier to participate in the hobby just by watching other people play it, or hear people talk about it on YouTube, or other places, but never actually really ever take the damn books off their shelves and crack them open to do anything with them and with people in the real world. Uh, and also being able to like backdoor continue to use D&D to be able to like promote Magic the Gathering, so they can continue to make profit from that end, selling cards to junkies in multiple foreign markets. Um, so yeah, if you, yeah, like I said, I don't normally like pay attention to financial news and stuff. I'm primarily reacting to someone's video, not so much the article that guy's video was about. All I know is that article framed it around D&D more so than Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering was brought up as an addendum. Wizards of the Coast, people who bring you D&D. Oh yeah, and the card game Magic the Gathering, which is weird considering even more so. If Magic the Gathering is actually the thing that on paper has actually made them more money than Dungeons and Dragons has made them on paper. Dungeons and Dragons, though, is building their reputation. And investor confidence, does, logically rest a bit more on their ability to trust the reputation of something to deliver in the long term. So it's all a farce and a house of cards. Like, is a role-playing game entertainment bubble really going to be good for anyone and lead to like long-term success? Counterintuitively, it could cause things to narrow, because then role-playing games become a television streaming movie thing, and less so much like a hobby that people actually engage in. People will have T-shirts and stuff, like all the stuff like I've been saying in multiple videos the entire time I've had this channel. Their real goal as a company is to sell toys and T-shirts and posters and shit to passive audience members. They don't need players or game masters, really. If they can leapfrog the property they've bought entirely into being like the next MCU, the next big thing, that's going to leave a lot of people behind in the dust. Maybe a few of the bigger, competitors might be able to have some sort of minor toehold, a little tiny slice of that pie, but like right now, like D&D's like really the only one that's really got like that level of universal brand recognition potential. That Cyberpunk and Vampire the Masquerade and BattleTech, whatever else is popular right now, they are going to have. And it also, it's paranoid thinking, and it's entirely just intuition and speculation on my part, but I just can't help but think that it'll start to make stuff like all the off-brand D&D OSR stuff start to be viewed as a nuisance by the people who want to keep a firm control on this newly valued, super important brand. So anyway, I'm just testing how patient you are. Stay waspinated.